I think that growth forecast was cut because of the first quarter, minus 0.1. I think they're expecting a fairly good second, third, and fourth quarter, although that first quarter will drag the annual number down.
Right, but then, okay, if that's the case then, so what does that mean for an interest rate hike? Because people are trying to time this out right now, and, the guesses on the market, I believe, are still in the second half of 2015. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, the dot projection shows that the central tendency of the participants raise their expectation of when they would start by a quarter. That's not a big change, but it's moving in the hawkish direction, actually. I think they were surprised at how rapidly the last 0.4 of a point came off the unemployment rate, and they've got to be pleased about that. And I don't think they are worried yet that inflation is going to get out of control. One good thing about inflation is the money supply growth has actually slowed down a little lately, and you're not going to get inflation from money growth.
Well, what about distortions in the stock markets then, Bob? Because, when asked about financial stability, the Fed chief, Janet Yellen, she says, well, stock prices valuations aren't outside of historical norms in her view, and the Fed isn't trying to gauge the right level for equities. She's not even concerned about the amount of leverage in the financial space.
Yeah, she was smart to say they're not trying to guide it, but I think she probably made a mistake in even talking about that subject. She has the same problem I do. She tries to be too accommodative when somebody asks a question rather than just say no comment.
Well,
I think
that's not a bad trait, I have to say.
She gave the impression that the stock market mattered to her, and the FOMC usually pretends to ignore it.
Okay, well, if you're saying that there's more of a hawkish stance than on the FOMC committee, why do treasuries go down below 260 for the 10-year note? If we're expecting a rate hike, if you're saying that there are more hawkish views out there, shouldn't we be expecting a rate hike sooner?
That's a good question. People went into both stocks and bonds. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. But, okay,
and I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, but Bob, okay, so you've got to have a view, though. I mean, judging that you know how to interpret Fed speak, and people ask you, what do you think is the best time to raise interest rates? So you've got to have a view on this, don't you?
Well, I would think that the net effect of the meeting and what came out of the press conference would cause the 10-year bond rate to go up slightly. It's abnormally low, and anything that's promising normalcy a little faster would tend to push it up. So I don't really know why it went down a couple of notches.